strap in and get ready for After Hours with TC Restani. This is Abigail Harwich, executive producer, welcoming you to the show. And now, TC Restani!
Alrighty, welcome to the After Hours of TC Restani, the podcast. I'm TC Restani. We're emanating from the palatial podcast penthouse, and it's a big birthday bash going on here tonight because it's Quincy Brisco's birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, I don't feel too different.
All right, well, let's introduce the panel down here. The birthday boy himself, Quincy Brisco, who turns the big 6-0.
Wow.
Well, there's not too much to worry about if you take care of yourself, and that's just what I've been doing.
That's right, milk and salt. Can't go wrong with that diet.
Well, salt water and milk, that would help stay with the vocal cords.
It does.
Especially when they're watching radio like this a lot. You gotta look your very best on the radio.
We're not deaf, that's for sure.
You gotta look your very best,
You have to, especially for radio.
Yeah.
And speaking of someone who always looks their best, the one and the only, South Boston Jeff.
Yeah, looking my best and feeling my best as far as it goes. How's it going? Feeling pretty groovy.
How you doing tonight?
I'm okay as far as it's going because, as I told you on my last podcast, I'm getting a lot of dental work done, but I'm keeping on top of it as far as painkilling goes. I don't really like taking stuff like Percocet and the pills and everything because they're dangerously addictive and everything. So I got my little weed drinks,
which isn't addictive.
Yeah,
and I might be able to do a little nitrous oxide right on the air.
Oh wow! Look at that!
Yeah, that's
you know
my
what that looks like from the distance? It looks
Dalek
from
Doctor Who.
It looks like that, but also looks like the old maple syrup thing from the IHOP.
Oh yeah.
From the side.
So this is actually a nitrous oxide dispenser.
Wow, look at that.
Are you kidding me? So that's like Frank Booth?
Not really. Who's Frank Booth? Blue Velvet?
Yeah. Isn't that what he was hitting on?
No. He had one of those big Lloyd Bridges tanks.
Oh, okay.
You use with
was
the
it nitrous oxide?
It certainly is.
Wow, look at that. And, of course, we cannot fail to mention my mentor, Mr. Ricky Bittman.
How you doing? Up and away, hey. I'm so glad to be back. It's been a while.
It's right. If people follow you on social media and whatnot, you had a little accident.
I did. I was cutting out some 8x10s.
You were?
For my Cubby Smack'em show that's coming up.
Oh, when it's coming back?
Yeah, out in Concrete, Oregon. I'm going to fly out there, just a little under the radar. It's a West Coast thing. I don't want to,
Yeah, you're
get all the fans.
Fill me in on that guest list because it's always really interesting.
Oh, absolutely. My goodness.
So, but what concerned me was the moment it was brought to my attention, I'm saying, I hope it didn't get his hand caught in a 30-inch worm screw.
No.
And Dr. Brackett would have to come down and say something. Like, it comes off
30-inch
now.
worm screw?
Yeah, well, I was hoping that didn't happen to you.
Well, listen, you couldn't have been more right. It did not happen at all. Nothing even remotely close to that.
Well, you work with printers and everything.
Yeah.
But so the first thing that was brought to my mind, so then they had to call Dr. Brackett down here in Dixie. He's like, comes off now, Roy, right now, one way or the other. Where do we stand? And so they reversed the wiring and to get his hand out of there. His whole arm was caught. Hope that didn't happen to you.
No. Look at it. You'd think this little tiny cut wouldn't cause that many problems, but the medication they put me on.
What did they do?
Put me in the hospital for a night.
And what exactly?
'Cause I was taking antibiotics, and that's not a relative. That's a medicine.
Okay.
3 times a day, 500 milligrams of this Keflex.
And
let's just put it this way: the Ricky Bittman Fudge Factory shut down, went right out of business for several long days.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
The pain was unbearable, and I didn't know what it was, to be honest with you. So I went into Melrose Wakefield because I was at Tosh Lent's house.
And then they gave you stitches, I assume?
They gave me a CAT scan, and they gave me all kinds of tests, and they released me, and they put me on different medication, and I couldn't feel any better right now.
And how many stitches did you get?
None. They just used gel foam. It grows the skin back. So right there, I took this off, and,
How long?
How long's a Chinaman?
How long's a Chinaman? I'm assuming you were in there probably for a couple of hours at the most.
5 hours.
5 hours?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's quite comfortable, though, having everybody worry about you and wait on you. I have to say, I kind of liked it for 5. 5 hours is at max, but
If I'd have known you were down there, I would have.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, well, I said, hey, what's the buzz? Yeah,
They
well,
took good care of me. Everybody up there did a great job. They all
Yeah, a little hospitality is good once in a while.
It felt nice, I have to admit. They,
if I'd have been known, I may have.
I almost called you, but I just said, I'm going to let him sleep.
And you would have had a visitor, and I would have walked right in there.
You would have called TC to come get you.
And I would have walked right in there, and they would have.
I'm sure you would have, but I didn't need it. Thank you so much.
But and they would have told me exactly what the buzz. What's the buzz? And I was like, well, I'm not leaving here till I know exactly what's going to happen here now.
They took good care. But all I want to say is, listen, take care of yourself, stay healthy, because you don't want to be in the hospital and you don't want to be sick.
Well, providing that most of us, me anyhow, I don't feel too bad because I'm getting an overhaul. Hearing aids, glasses, down at work.
And your skin is glowing. You look glowing today.
Well, thank you. Well, if you follow all the directions on these prescriptions as you need them as you get older, it's not too big a deal, providing that you follow them. Very simple to follow. And you know what? You don't feel your age.
I don't.
I don't.
Well, of course you don't.
A lot of us don't because we take care of ourselves.
Well, that's fantastic, Quincy. It's your big birthday, and Ricky Bittman's back on the mend, and Jeff's got his nitrous oxide down there, and everything's hunky-dory.
Hunky-dory. Yes, the way it should be.
That's fantastic. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to take our big first-time commercial break, and then we'll be back to talk about more Quincy fun.
This is Ricky Bittman, host of Ricky Bittman's Jukebox Podcast. I want to thank all my fans for making my podcast one of the top podcasts in the country. From the bottom of my heart and the bottom of my co-host Galen Santo Padre's heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. Up, and away, hey!
Alrighty, welcome back from that big-time commercial break. Don't forget to listen to Ricky Bittman's Jukebox exclusively on Spotify. Now, we are back here talking about Quincy Brisco's big 60th birthday. Now, Quincy, you are the only person on this panel that was alive when JFK was president still, and he was still alive.
True.
Yeah, so JFK, that was like, what did he do? He was like...
He was the president.
Well, I'd like to get more into politics later.
Well, he's dead. He got blown away.
Well, then...
They shot him.
That was a bummer.
Well, then how come... Then good, I'll take his place and say, why in the hell are the prices what they are?
Oh, it's funny you should say that. Back when he was the president and when you were born, you know what the average income per year was?
I do not.
In 1963, $5,807.
Not too far from today.
Isn't that something? But that's how much people had to make in a year. A postage stamp was 5 cents.
What is it now?
I don't know. I buy Forever stamps. I think it's like $1.25 or something.
Really?
A gallon of gas was 30 cents.
And what is it today? Somewhere in this country, it's like $7.
Yeah, like $4.99, I think I paid the other day. A dozen eggs was 55 cents. A movie ticket was 85 cents. And a brand new house was $12,650.
Well, I was just saying earlier, here's one of my opportunities. These prices need to come down, and need to come down right now. Back to what they were.
Back to 1963.
Back to what they were in 1963.
Yeah, but isn't that what the dude in Falling Down was doing? Isn't that what Michael Douglas in Falling Down was doing? I'm rolling back the prices.
Yeah, rolling back the prices. Why don't we do that for 1 year? Just live like it was 1963.
Yeah, the days where you can buy a can of paint, buy some clothes, buy gas, buy a gallon of milk, bread, eggs, what else can we buy? Cars, motorcycles.
Soda pop.
Soda pop. The days are like maybe the candy store where you could have your kids, if they're good boys and girls.
Records.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Buy records and everything for 5 cents. You know,
I used to buy records for 45s for $1.
Really?
Yeah, a little 45.
you know what? Someone is doing something wrong. I was saying earlier, word for word, that's jacking all the prices up there and making it so unlivable.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. So,
Because at Crazy Eddie's, prices are insane. Hey, whatever happened to Crazy? Didn't he kill himself or something?
Oh, did he?
Well, there was some controversy about Crazy Eddie. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, back in the in the 80s to the late 80s. There was a guy out of New York City, Crazy Eddie, who owned an electronics store, like, the precursor to, like, Tweeter and all that other stuff.
Yep.
And he had these crazy commercials that were there all over New York. And we used to get them up here on cable, on, PIX and WWOR. And Crazy Eddie's prices are insane.
So here's my chance, to play a little bit like people are asking. So I'll do my best to play the part. So here's my chance.
Well, that's if you become the president, right?
Well, I'm going to play a little bit like the president. What are we doing wrong? Who's getting in here to do what they're doing now?
I'll vote for you.
Yeah, a lot of people will.
So why are we letting whoever do this? Let's get to the bottom line here and say, why are you doing this to us? People have children, babies, toddlers. You make that very tough.
It's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
That's right.
So just because it's my birthday doesn't mean I'm going to quit caring.
Well, speaking of your birthday, I want to bring up a somber subject here, but we do talk about when favorite celebrities do pass away.
Oh, that's right.
And there have been a few celebrities in the past week that have gone to that great big Hollywood sign in the sky. And we'll start off with none other than probably one of the greatest sex symbols of the 1970s and early 1980s, Suzanne Somers.
Yeah, that was.
Come on, knock on my door.
She got me through puberty.
We'll wait for you. Where the kisses are hers and his, old Three's Company too. Now, she and John Ritter were very well known in Three's Company. And I was just saying, John Ritter was also known in Heroes at Large.
He had a big career before Three's Company.
Yeah, I know. I was watching him in the Waltons today.
Yeah.
He was that good. He was the priest.
Right, he was.
He was very strapping, too. He was bathing outside in cold water.
Well,
I was like, he was in really decent shape when he was a kid.
And Suzanne Somers, from what I can recall, now tell me what the order came in. What was first, Three's Company, or was it she played the awesome girl, I Cruise on 2nd Street?
That would be first.
That would be first.
But American Graffiti was first, and then she did this movie what was it, Magnum Force?
I was going to say she was in one of the Dirty Harrys. I think
She was topless in the pool, uncredited, by the way.
Yeah, and because they went in and shot the whole pool.
That's correct.
Beautiful.
Yeah, she was actually. When Three's Company first came out, she was the girl next door. And then she had, did she have plastic surgery? Because her face kind of changed.
Yeah, a little bit. And then she just got really, she tried to put a lot of makeup on.
Right, which she didn't need.
No, she didn't need it at all.
because she was stunning.
They sexed her up big time.
Oh, they did. But you know what? She was the first woman in Hollywood that demanded fair rates for pay. When that's why she left Three's Company.
Yeah.
That's why she was canned.
That's right. Remember when they would she's still under contract, and she would only show up in the last 3 minutes on the phone?
On the phone, calling from her father's house.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
She was a good comedic actress, though. She was very funny.
She's
Really
the sheriff.
was, yeah.
How old was she?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she was the sheriff.
She's the sheriff, yeah.
She was like 76.
Yeah, 76, yeah. She had cancer for years and whatnot.
Yeah.
Really? She looked good in her times.
Well, that was kind of her job to look good. She
Yeah.
was the Thigh Master Queen.
Okay,
she didn't kill her face either, really, too
in
much.
Three's Company, how old would you say Suzanne Somers in Three's Company?
Probably late 20s, early 30s.
20s.
She's actually one of the only actors from Three's Company that I never got the opportunity to meet, because I've met John Ritter, I've met Joyce DeWitt, I've met Priscilla Barnes, I've met I think I've met the Cindy Snow character, but I've definitely met
The fact
Larry.
I know her name.
Jenny Lee Harrison.
Jesus.
But I've definitely met Richard. What was he? Richard Klein.
Richard Klein.
Yeah, I've definitely met him. I met him at a bar, actually, right near South Station. My buddy, and he's a bookie, but he was he was tending bar down there, and he called me up right away. Jeff, guess who's here? You got to get here now.
Oh,
Larry.
that's cool.
But she was one of the only actresses from that show I never met.
And from all the reports from all the autograph hounds,
Yeah.
she was a sweetheart.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, she was with the same guy for like 50 years.
Yeah.
She really got along with Howard Stern, and she seemed like a good. She seemed like a sweetheart whenever she was on Stern.
Yeah, the reason she never did Comic-Cons is because she made a fortune off of the Thigh Master.
She did, yeah. That was a big seller.
That was huge. I mean, everybody around the world had that thing. They didn't even know who Suzanne Somers was because Three's Company didn't air in Europe Europe.
Yeah.
And I was talking to our friends over in Europe when she died this week, and they're like, "Who?" And I said, "Yeah, she invented the Thigh Master." And they're like, "Oh, we had that over here. My goodness,
We've got the bloody Thigh Master.
oh, poppycock."
I use it to crack my nuts.
And so God bless Suzanne Somers. She
Yeah,
was
rest in peace.
She was a comedic actress who really made three. She was
How old was she, if you don't mind me asking, when she...
died.
Yeah.
We just said 76.
Oh, that's...
Now, before the really sad one comes up, I just like, now it's, this is a good one for right before, it's the Halloween season. We got Halloween 2 weeks away, so we got a scary one, but Piper Laurie died. She played the mom in
That's right,
Carrie.
Carrie, yeah.
Carrie White's mom, but
Piper Laurie?
I met her. She was very nice.
You actually rested your head on her chest.
Yeah, she started stroking my hair. Yeah, I rested my head and she started stroking my hair like she was my son, like I was her son. But like it was mommy moment.
She was a ripe old age. She was like 91.
Yeah.
So she was like nominated for Academy Awards and Emmy
Yeah, I
Awards
think
and
she was in The
whatnot.
Hustler with Paul Newman.
I think.
And she also used to do the nasty with old Humphrey Bogart.
Wow.
Really? Did you
Yeah.
ask her that or no?
I did. I said, "Hey, did you ever?" I used the F word, and she was like, "I dated Humphrey Bogart."
You actually asked her if she fucked Humphrey Bogart?
The F word did
You
come
get away
out,
with
but then I changed it. Hey, did you sleep with him and everything? She's like, "I dated him."
Unbelievable.
Did,
Piper, take off your pants.
Spread those legs, sweetheart.
And of
did anyone...
course,
Excuse me for a second.
go right ahead. It's your birthday.
yeah.
Did anyone like Jack's, John Ritter's other show, Three's a Crowd, or was that...
I don't remember watching
That
it.
sucked.
Yeah.
No one liked it, huh?
I like the show 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Daughter.
Yeah.
And then with Peggy Bundy and Kaylee
Cuoco.
Cuoco.
Yeah, that was good.
8 Simple Rules?
Yeah.
Was that the name of the show?
Yeah.
Is it a takeoff on the dun 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 love and marriage?
No, it really isn't. I enjoyed the show, but I didn't like it because they kind of exploited John Ritter's death. The show started out as a comedy and ended up as a drama.
Yeah.
So was this a serious show? Was it a comedy?
It was both. It was both. It was okay.
We'll have to look into it one day.
Okay, well, it's a good show.
And
Okay.
he was good in Sling Blade, John Ritter, too.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Now, do you know which movie that John Ritter played the devil in?
It was a Lodge? No.
He did play the devil in one movie. Probably like 1978, 1979.
Well, it's definitely not Heroes at Lodge. No.
I have no idea.
It
The
wasn't.
movie was Holy Moses by Dudley Moore. Dudley
remember
Moore,
that
yeah,
one.
Dudley Moore, he was out and he found a scripture
Yep.
about Moses in a cave, and he read it, and like it was all about the life of young Moses.
Young Moses.
I thought
That's
you were
right.
going to say the Devil and Max Devlin. Remember that one with Elliot Gould.
That I don't remember.
You didn't miss anything.
I remember Max Dugan,
Returns with Matthew Broderick
Jason Robot.
and Jason Robards. And of course, we also lost just a couple hours ago. We heard about this.
Yeah.
This one really hit you hard, Quincy.
Yes, it did. Burt Young.
Right.
3 classical movies. The first one, needless to say, is Rocky. All the Rocky movies. Back to School. And now I don't know what order all these movies went in, but the third movie, Know and Love Him, as like Pigpen in the movie Convoy. Now I don't know what order all these movies were in, but Burt Young, but I love them all.
Well, I believe
Yeah.
Rocky came out first.
Yeah.
And then there was a Convoy in between the Rockies.
Yep.
And then Back to School came out in 1986.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the last things that I saw him in, he played Bobby Bacala's father on The Sopranos.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
He was
right.
always
He was
coughing.
that chain smoking.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't a chain smoker but he was always coughing. And after he whacked that guy, he did light up a butt and everything for old time's sake.
And what was the
And
song playing on the radio when he was dying?
I have no idea.
I believe it was Sister Golden Hair Surprise.
Good one.
America, assisting golden his surprise. Yep. Okay.
Well, he's the type of he plays the same character in every single movie, but basically, but it's like a little different each time.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, besides Paulie, Lou the chauffeur was a really great character.
That was, yeah.
Yeah. Just
The
like
pop
me,
loves you.
I'm nice.
He's looking
and I'm
out for
tough.
you. Look out for him. I'm nice and I'm tough. I'll give you an example. I got 2 kids. One I put through college. The other I put through the wall. Your pop loves you. He's looking out for you. Look out for him.
Yeah, I loved his little it was more Thornton's trick, but his little Bruce Springsteen trick.
Yeah, with the sign.
I don't know,
But,
kid. I just told her how to pick
everybody
him
has
up
their
there.
favorite Burt Young movies. He's been in so many. Do you ever remember he played the police chief in Blood Beach? Do you remember a movie called Blood Beach? It was like
don't.
one of those campy 70s movies about a beach that was people were lying out in the beach and there was an underground squid that was
remember
sucking
that.
people under.
Who was in that one?
Burt Young and
No,
a few
who
other
else?
people. I think maybe David Carradine or something like that. But it was one of those campy 70s horror movies.
Now-
Blood Beach.
While he's looking that up, you have a Burt Young story.
Yeah. So I met Burt Young and everything. It was right after I got my eye surgery, so I'm wearing an eye patch, and I was really impressed with it. He's like, "What's that from?" It's not from a fight. No, that's not an eye patch. It's a badge of honor. It's a badge of Irish right. And I just pretty much, He pretty much took me for a fighter from being from Southie. But he's like, feel this arm. Well, yeah, that's it.
Yo, rock.
But he was a cool guy altogether and everything, and that's because he keeps a little jug of Crown Royal under his table, usually when he's doing the conventions.
Now, I got a convention story with Burt Young. This was 21 years ago this week. I was down at Chiller working the table for Biff. You know, Tom Wilson, the guy who played Biff in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And this was the room we were in. It was Biff. It was Burt Young, Lou Ferrigno, Booth Coleman.
Dr. Zayas from Planet of the Apes.
All right. The chick from the Love Boat there, Vicky.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Bricka. And not Svengoolie. What's the guy Chilla's always dedicated to? Zachary Hurley. Zachary Hurley there. So it was me, Biff, and the guy who runs BackToTheFuture.com sitting there. And Burt Young, we're cracking up jokes the entire time. And Burt Young walks over and he goes, "Hey, this is a funny table. I've been listening to you guys all day. You're making me laugh right here. I like you guys. You guys are good guys. You're a funny table. Thanks, Burt.
How about you now that we're going to get a certain amount of attention real soon?
It's amazing the list of credits he has. It really, you'd be surprised. I mean, my God. His first film was...
Yeah, if you, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, The Carnival of Blood was his first one.
Oh, wow.
What year was that?
1970, across 110th Street. That's a classic. Cinderella Liberty, Chinatown. He was in Chinatown. He played Curly. Of course, Rocky, The Choir Boys. I remember him in The Choir Boys. I forgot about that movie. Convoy, of course. Blood Beach in 1981. Amityville 2, The Possession.
Oh, my God.
He played Anthony Montelli, Once Upon a Time, The Pope of Greenwich Village, Back to School, and then she keeps going on. Beverly Hill Brats.
And what was his real name? Because it wasn't Burt Young.
Let's see.
It wasn't?
No, it was not. That was his stage name.
Gerald Tommaso De Luise.
There we go.
Gerald Tommaso DeLise.
So he was Italian-American.
Any relation to Dom?
Dom DeLuise.
Well, then he is on his own. He just decided to go out somewhere.
Well, your name's Quincy Brisco. That's not your real name.
That's true. Yeah. So Burt Young became Burt Young because he wants to.
No, Burt Young, whatever. Jerome DeLuise became Burt Young.
But like you say, TC, Burt appreciated a good laugh. If you can see in this picture of me and him and
there it is
everything.
on the screen right now. You don't have your eye patch on in that one, though. You have sunglasses on in this picture.
Oh, because I took the iPad. I didn't want to look like a freak in the picture.
Well, you did with, what's her name? Louise Fletcher, you had it on.
Yeah. And I also had it on for, what was Eisenberg, Jesse Eisenberg.
And you know what you do have on in this picture? Your hat.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
This picture was probably taken, got to be 15 years ago, easily.
Okay, so so he hung in there for a while. So good.
Yeah, well, we made it to the ripe old age of 83.
What would you say his most famous role is?
Other than Paulie?
Paulie. Okay, now Paulie. What was Paulie's last name?
Oh, I was going to say Gualtieri. That's from The Soprano. It was Paul. Give me the first letter.
P.
It's like Panini or something?
Panino.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. Rocky's like one of my favorite franchises. I never knew that his last name was Panino, and I think they show it in Creed.
Okay.
Because he goes to his grave, and that's when I found.
Yeah, I knew it was like Panino or Panini or something.
Paulie Panino. So that means she was what? Adrian Panino.
Adrian Panino Balboa.
He was also on MASH, The Rockford Files, Beretta, Serpico. He, my God, he's on the Mike Douglas show for 2 episodes.
And he's always looked old.
Yeah.
Well,
I've seen it, that movie I was talking about.
and all
Daddy,
these
I don't like
classical
it.
movies, how old, do you think good old Burt was in all these movies?
What year? What are you talking about? What film?
Well, let's say like in the 70s, that group, Rocky and Convoy,
right,
and
so-
then Back to School.
So
Those three
he was
movies.
born in 1940, right?
Yes.
So that means he was 35 when he made Rocky.
Yeah.
And how about Back to School and Convoy?
10 years later, so he was 45 when he made Back to School, and Convoy he was probably, I don't know, maybe 40 when he made that.
So there's not that too many age years difference.
Well, yeah, there's a lot big difference between being 35 and 83, Quins.
Big time. Remember a movie I mentioned before we came on the air, Daddy, I Don't Like It Like This? It was a made-for-TV movie where he played an abusive father from 1978. He wrote the film also.
Really?
Yeah.
It was. I mean, Stallone loved him.
Yeah.
I mean, not just because when everybody thinks of Rocky. Okay, they think of Rocky, but who do they think of second? Paulie.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Always, and everybody's favorite character was Paulie.
Yeah. Uncle
because
Paul.
he was just the lovable uncle goof.
I don't sweat you.
I mean, just the miserable uncle everybody loves and everything. You're all hot, Rock. If I ever had a kid, I want him to be like you. You're all hot, Rock.
Well, the noises he was making when he was falling in the snow back and forth.
Goddamn!
My favorite was when he was drunk in Rocky 3 walking through the arcade, watching all the kids play the video game.
And that
he's
smirk
laughing.
on his face.
Yeah, he's like laughing.
And he
then
threw
he
the
throws the
beer.
whiskey bottle at the pinball machine. And then he says to Rocky, he goes, okay, I'm going to break your mouth. It's a great
I
line.
don't sweat you.
Yeah.
Well, the best in Rocky 3.
Can I have a job?
When they were, all you had to do was ask.
Really likes you.
In Rocky 3, when they go to Hollywood and all the bums are waking him up and he's opening the door, stir up bums, you stir up bums.
He got something back at them.
And in the re-edited version of Rocky 4, they get rid of the whole robot scene.
That
Oh,
sucks.
the one that they redid with Drago.
Right.
You saw that?
I saw clips of it on YouTube.
Oh, cool. Yeah, the robot, that was kind of weird.
No more is, happy birthday, Paulie.
Yeah, that was kind of cheesy.
Yeah, I actually know the robot's name. The robot's what is its name? It's like Dado or Dado or something like that. But I'm gonna do a whole special on 80s movies robots.
What was wrong with
Because
the
there's
robot
so many
scene?
of them.
Robots.
That's dumb. I don't care if there was nothing wrong with the robot
Well,
scene.
that's why they got rid of it, because it was dumb.
There was nothing wrong with it.
Well, I guess Stallone
something must have been wrong
didn't
with it.
like it, so he didn't put it in the remake of Rocky 4.
Now, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Now,
I know you're upset about it, but
Now, do you say robots or robots?
robots, same thing.
Actually, the name of the robot is Psycho. Oh, well, SICO. Psycho.
Probably stands
Yeah.
for something.
Yeah,
Please
yeah, but
make
that's
a
the name
wish.
of the Rocky Paulie's robot is named SICO, Psycho or Seco or something like that. But
Please
well,
make
no,
a wish.
it's no more. It's gone. So
Remember the scene in Rocky, though, the first Rocky, when he's got Stallone outside and the news is there? And Rocky's really pissed
and
that
he's
the news is
peeking
there.
in the background.
Well, before they go, he's like, I don't want this kind of attention, Paulie. And you could tell he had a few drinks, and he puts a cigar in his mouth, and he pulls it out quick, and he goes, my sister really likes you. And you could tell that was like an improvised line, because it makes Stallone legitimately laugh. He pushes him up against the wall, and he's laughing. He goes, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to break your neck. And they go in and they do the meat punching scene.
I'm glad
That was
He goes, I'm in charge of the meat. He goes, good. Will you stand behind it?
That was so raw on the very first Rocky. You know, Sylvester Stallone is Rocky, and Burt Young was raw, and it's like the meeting of Adrian. Oh, again.
yeah,
Maybe it was like
as the Rocky movies progressed, you got less and less of Paulie, but every line of his was classic. A bit like in part 4, one of my all-time favorite lines is like, "Hey, we don't keep people behind a wall with machine guns." "Oh yeah, who are you? Who am I? I'm the unsilent majority, Big Mouth.
Majority.
I'm the unsilent majority, Big Mouth." "Yeah, laugh, make jokes."
I'm going by Paulie, a snow cone machine. You like snow cones? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gotta love him. Snow cone machine. You like snow
And
cones?
his other classic line, "You want the bird? Go out in the alley and eat the bird.
Oh,
I want you
Paulie.
out of here."
Oh, Paulie.
And then he's coaxing Rocky into talking. He goes, "Come on, keep going. Funny. You're doing good. Just keep going. Funny."
You want the bird? Go out there and eat the bird. You know,
Wasn't
when
he
take-
nominated for the Academy Award for like Best Supporting Actor?
He should have been. I mean, look at us. I mean, we're picking up all these great lines from him. He was
Well, I'm glad we met him,
very
Jeff.
impactful. I wish I did.
He was a very, very down-to-earth guy and a guy you could hang around with and, shoot the shit with.
He was truly a rock. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was a thick dude.
Oh, yeah, you could tell he's
He could hurt
solid.
you. He could hurt you. But, God bless him. And God bless all the celebrities that died. That's pretty sad. Suzanne Somers. There's one that really kind of hit you out of nowhere.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. I was shocked.
It's like, okay, Suzanne Somers died.
Yeah.
She hasn't been around in a while.
No.
And and the fact that she was 76 really isn't that old these days.
No, not by
Yeah, I was waiting for her to do a convention and everything. I mean, the last movie I seen Suzanne Somers in was John Waters' Serial Mom.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she played herself,
That's right.
but she looked pretty good.
She did. I remember her in those Ace Hardware commercials in little Santa skirt. She looked good in that too.
She was in that show, what, Step by Step with Patrick Duffy?
That one I don't remember.
Remember that? That was on for like 100 years.
I remember though like, the early episodes of Three's Company, and she had the little frilly panties on and the nightie.
I always- I-
John
yeah,
caught
yeah.
a reflection in the mirror.
May I give credit to my audiences to show something
Speaking of frilly panties, you mean?
to what was brought? Because I got to give credit is due.
Oh, I love when you do it. Do it. Uh-oh.
Well, everyone in my audience is here.
All right, you got headphones on there, Quincy. Don't walk away with them.
Just give me a second.
All right, we'll give you 2 seconds. Go ahead.
I thought you were gonna fart at me.
Yeah, what the hell is he doing?
Quincy's roaming the podcast penthouse right now.
Oh, he wants to show me the
He's bringing over his birthday. Who gave him that? Was that Bittman or was that SBJ?
That's all me. That's all
I gotta
me.
confess, I didn't give you anything.
I will not eat alone, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
I will not eat alone, first of all. Everyone's going to enjoy these with me. But as of to all my dear loving fans, what do I find here but a lovely picture? Robert Shaw, Schneider, otherwise
Roy Scheider. The big three about Jaws. You're one of your favorite movies, but these are the three big boys.
Now look at that, Dan. Now this is radio. Obviously, it's a podcast. Jeff here gave Quincy an autographed photo of Richard Dreyfuss, Robert Shaw, and Roy Scheider. I mean, and they're all in the back of the Orca. It looks like an outtake, or like they're posing for a photo.
Yeah, because they're all smiling.
And it's that's got to set you back a lot of money, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, a good friendly guy and a good friendly drug dealer has connections everywhere, even in Amity Island.
Really? Well, that's
Mappa's villain, but yeah, it wasn't
We're gonna
cheap.
need a bigger
It was
boat.
not cheap, my friend.
well, it's a nice piece there, and especially Robert Shaw, because the guy died 45 years ago.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That's a great piece you got there, Quincy. That means a lot.
Yes, it does.
We'll have to take a photo of that and put it out.
Don't
on
lose it like you lost your Randy Mantooth.
No, I had the Randy man.
Do you really?
Yeah, of course.
He does. Of course he does.
I thought you lost it. The patch and everything.
The patch is around here somewhere because it's being cherished.
and of course, all right, and another gift that Jeff gave you. There seems to be boxes of cereal here. What do
Yeah,
we got?
well,
Well,
we
like
got
I said,
that-
I will not eat alone.
Well, we're not going to eat them now because you don't want it all over the podcast penthouse table here. But
But I'm going to have to say, my favorite was the cow chocolate.
oh, okay. These are the new boxes of the old classics. Blueberry.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know which one was your favorite, so I got you. Good things coming 3 tonight, Quincy.
That's right. But
3
like I
actors,
said,
3 autographs,
I will not
3
eat
cereals.
alone. Everyone is welcome to. It's no fun eating alone.
Now, why didn't they do the mummy? I get
Because-
Frankenberry.
It was
and
called
become-
Yummy Mummy, and there's a new character, Caramella, or Caramella is her name.
So
She's
they
like-
did do a mummy back in the day?
Yeah, it was called the Yummy Mummy.
The Yummy Mummy. What cereal was the Yummy Mummy in?
It was kind of like a Fruity Pebbles kind of thing. There were different flavors.
Wow.
There were
Now,
different.
So what she was in the Flintstones, cereals, because as a rule, that when you're talking about Pebbles, they make Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles.
Right.
Well, was there a character, the Yummy Mummy?
No. It was it was a monster cereal. There was also a werewolf. I forget what the werewolf was selling.
Oh, yeah.
I think
The
it was
werewolf?
Wolfberry Crunch or something like that,
I think it was
wasn't it?
apple flavored or something like that.
Now, can I see the Count Chocula box? there?
Yeah.
Only Jeff's going to get this, but doesn't that look like our friend Dennis?
It does a whole lot, yeah.
Dennis, you finally made it, man. You're on the box of the Count. Hey, I'm Count Chocula there. Fantastic.
So, Count Chocula is supposed to be Lon Chaney, and Boo Berry's supposed to be no. Frankenberry's supposed to be that other. Who's that
Karloff.
other guy?
Boris Karloff.
Boris Karloff. So who's Boo Berry?
Now, I was
supposed to
glad
be?
you asked, because Boo Berry, they talked about this on a podcast one time. If you remember, he talks a lot like Peter Lorre.
Oh, okay.
Peter
Lorre, yes.
And who
And he
played-
looks like Boo. He looks like Peter Lorre.
Oh yeah, he's got the eyes,
Yeah.
the eyelids that
and
really
who played
stand out.
Who played the Count Chocula character?
Well, he was supposed to be Bela Lugosi, right? Bela Lugosi?
Bela Lugosi.
Well, that's not who played him, but that's an homage to Dracula, Frankenstein, and...
But even you should know who Peter Lorre is, being a cartoon aficionado like me. Because do you remember, in the Bugs Bunny cartoons, that big monster, Gruesome?
Oh, yeah.
He had no arms, and his master, the guy who chased him, the guy who kept Gruesome, was Peter Lorre.
Yep.
I thought it was Gossam.
Why did you hit me over the head with a bat Leopold?
I thought his name was Gossam.
Yeah, his name is Gossam.
Oh, okay, right.
But sometimes his name was Gruesome, I believe. No, Gruesome was that big gorilla, wasn't it?
Now, was Peter Lorre related to Piper Lorre?
It's a good question,
Different
but I
spelling.
don't think so.
Okay.
You never know because Camille Keaton from I Spit on Your Grave's uncle was Buster Keaton.
You wanted to bust her all over her that day when we saw her at Rockin' Shock.
Oh, I did. She's
Quincy, you spilled everything everywhere with your freaking Count Chocula.
Cup shot off the
I
table.
wanted to show the card.
Who are you going to show it to on radio?
Very easy.
All right, it's your birthday. All right, you're allowed to make a mess.
All you gotta do.
All right, can I look at this thing? Let's look at this. All right. To Quincy from Meth.
No, that's my J.
Okay, it looks like an M.
I should have just put S.
From Meth.
You'd simply show it on the radio, put it on the microphone.
Well, Quincy, we'll take all these pictures. So anybody who's listening to this, you can go on to my social media, which is Twitter, and you go to After Hours TC, and you get to see all the pictures of all Quincy's birthday gifts.
That's how you watch radio.
All right, sit down. All right.
I mean, he's my co-host, so I got to be good to him.
That is right.
This is how you watch radio.
Did you see how fast that cup flung off
It
this
just shot
table?
off the table. That's why
It
it
looks
was
like it
laughing.
came out of a rocket or something.
Now, speaking of horror things, I was listening to a Gilbert Cobb podcast this morning where he interviewed Butch Patrick.
Oh, really?
And he talks about Butch's days of... the Munsters was one thing, but when he's talked about Lidsville, that's when it really got interesting. And he
you
was talking
saying-
about how he would come to the set and Charles Nelson Riley would come up behind him and grab him in a bear hug, and he goes, "I love you, Butch, and I don't care who knows it," and kiss him on the cheek.
Are you saying that the
boy.
Count Chocula guy played Herman Munster?
No.
No. No. We're just bouncing around.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, but I do know for a fact, as long as we're on the Halloween, Fred Monster, the guy who played the monster, is the same guy who played in Car 54.
That's right, Fred
That's right,
Gwynn.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Grandpa was the other guy.
that's right. So as long as we're on the Halloween kick, now those shows, I guess in the same time frame, they did something right because the ratings were good and the
true.
Actors came together and
And he was the neighbor in Pet Cemetery.
Who was? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Fred
he
Gwynn.
came in singing that song.
He was the judge in My Cousin Vinny.
And did you ever catch the reference in Pet Cemetery about the monsters?
I did not.
You know what the whole premise of Pet Cemetery was?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
bury things up there and they'll come back to life.
and used cars.
Okay, and used cars. And he went up there. He goes, "This is where I buried my dog Spot."
Ah, Spot. They talked about Spot on that. Very interesting, Butch Patrick.
So these actors did something right because all the classical they're in the same time frame.
Yeah.
Like Herman Monster and the what year did those come out between Car 54 and Herman Monster?
54 was first.
Yeah.
54 was first,
Yeah.
and then the Monsters. So what was that in the 70s or?
No, it was the
Yeah,
60s.
probably
In the
late-
60s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now getting back to Lidsville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did when he grabbed him and he go, "How's that for a topper?"
Oh, I don't care. Who knows that?
That would scare the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And, that's a Halloween thing. Charles Nelson Riley. Oh, God. Oh, he's
Well, he started talking about Paul Lynde when he played the doctor, when Eddie Munster grew the beard, and Herman had to go take Eddie to the doctor's. And there's a scene where Paul Lynde is looking through the people into the waiting room, and he sees us, the monsters, and he starts downing sedatives, and just so he can deal with it. And because, of course, Gilbert asked him, if Paul Lynde ever hit on him. He goes, well, I was like 12 years old, so no. Because, but when we got to Lidsville, that was a different story with Charles Nelson. So, but he said he took the role because nothing else was coming in at that point. He was in his teens. He wasn't getting a lot of work. They offered him a boatload of money for it. He took it because he figured all his buddies and his pals that he hung out with would still be asleep at 10:30 in the morning on Saturdays.
Correct.
And no one would see it. Because back then, if you didn't watch it, you didn't see it.
I loved Lidsville.
Yeah, I did too.
I mean,
Billy Barty on that one, or was that the Bugaloos?
no, Billy Barty was on the Bugaloos.
Oh, okay.
Practically in just about everything. He was on the Waltons the other night. I was watching a repeat of that.
Lidsville had Witchy Poo as a nice,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
nice whatever.
Yeah, Jeannie. She was a
She's
genie.
Genie in
Yeah.
this one, and yeah, Lidsville was really fucked up.
It was a giant hat, and he fell into it and landed in a land of hats.
Right, in the middle of a summer, in the middle of a park, there became a grand adventure for a kid. His name is Mark.
And that was shot at Six Flags, Texas. That
Same where
opening
the
scene.
Banana Splits the opening was shot.
Yep, Six Flags in Texas.
So in other words, the Banana Splits was in the same time frame.
Everything is in the same time frame
Yeah.
with Sid and Marty Krofft, except Land of the Lost. They're from a different time.
But I guess Marty took a lot of acid from what
Really?
Butch was saying. Sid was straight, and he said there was another
Another Krofft?
another Krofft who signed the checks. His check was signed by the third Krofft brother.
I met Marty Krofft one time, and he was there with Jackie Wild, and he was at he's a miserable old man, and he was sitting there. Everybody was like, "Oh, thank you for ruining our childhood. You watched it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You want an
Ruined it.
autograph?
Hey, it was great.
That's
That
$20."
stuff was great.
Are you kidding me? To this day, I watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, Land of the Lost
That
was a
stuff's
very
making a big comeback,
was a
too.
very traumatic program.
Yeah.
I mean, people died on it.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're ever going to go home. They're always
Yeah.
crying on episodes. This is a kid show.
Yeah, it was very dramatic. You're right. You're
on
right.
an 11:30 in the morning on Saturdays, right before noon, everybody left to go out and play.
Yeah.
That was a really down show.
It was. Yeah. it was.
I mean, you had the comedy of Chaka and whatnot, but he lost all his family on there. Dinosaurs were eating people. People were getting sucked out of the Land of the Lost.
Yeah.
That was a frightening program.
Yeah.
And so was Sigmund and the Sea Monsters in a way. When you're a little kid
Yeah.
and Blurp and Slurp are coming out of this cave
Yeah, they were
chasing
kinda,
after,
yeah.
Johnny and Scott. No wonder the generation's
Yeah.
messed up.
very cautious generation.
Well, but all those shows, I guess, they did some right because they were in the same line as like they trap Puff and stuff.
Yeah. But Papa stuff really wasn't scary. Witchy Poo was a goof.
Yeah.
She wasn't frightening.
Well, the witch on Puff and stuff was like,
That's what I'm talking about.
how about thing and the witch is like characters. I forgot their names, but
What are you talking about?
the ones who work with Witchy Poo.
Kling and Clang?
Yeah.
And the Stupid Bat? That was his name. The
Yeah.
Stupid Bat.
Stupid bad.
One of my favorite shows was Electra Woman and Dinah Girl.
Oh, yeah, that goes without saying.
I mean, Dinah Girl. What was her name? Judy Strangis or something?
No idea.
Oh, she was awesome.
And ISIS. I think we've been down this road. This sounds very familiar.
Well,
I think we did this before.
Well, when you bring
I
it up.
always bring up ISIS after Dinah Girl.
Electra Woman and Dinah
Say
Girl.
ISIS.
ISIS, the old TV show that was on set.
Yeah, and don't forget Shazam. Shazam!
Of course, but
Don't forget Shazam.
yeah.
Now,
That cup went Shazam off this table.
I just did a little more for me.
Really?
Speaking of Shazam, I saw a picture of Billy Batson recently. Boy, yeah.
Well, the dude's got to be in his 70s.
Yeah, but it's just, isn't it shocking? And he still wears the
red shirt,
the red shirt, the yellow trim.
What's his name? Something Gray or something?
God, I don't know. I should have looked at it.
He's a nice guy. I've heard a couple interviews with him and whatnot. But
Time,
it's just-
time marches on.
Time marches on way too fast.
It really does.
I mean, we're talking about Electra Woman and Dinah Girl, a show that was on 50-something years ago.
And Quincy's turning 60.
He's
Talk about
turning
time
the
marching
60.
on.
I'm not going to dwell on it because I don't feel too
It's just a
different.
number. If you feel good, that's all.
I was telling him when he came into wish him a happy birthday, he said, I've known you since you were 33.
Wow.
Now you're 60.
Well, like I said, if you take care of yourself, then you don't feel too different.
No, you don't look that much different
You
than
don't
the day
really,
we
no.
met you.
Like I said, when you age, you're going to have to follow directions on prescriptions. Very easy to do. All you got to do is read your directions, ask your pharmacist, and ask your physicians, and it's back to what you're doing. The entertainment, the dance floors.
Go to the doctor.
Go to the doctor once in a while, get a checkup, and then it's back to what you do best. Show off.
When do we get started?
I like that, see?
I think we started about 46 minutes ago.
No. He started it. He was doing the Smokey and the Bandit reference.
Oh, that's right. What if Frog was here right now? What would you do, Frog?
Frog? Who the hell's Frog?
Frog, come on.
Sally Field from
Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry.
Well, I'd say happy birthday, Frog, and I would give her one of her best moments. It lasts for almost 12 minutes.
I wouldn't last with 12 minutes with
If
with
Frog was here right
Frog.
now, I know what I would do, just like the bandit said. I'd like to jump you.
I'd like to jump
Yeah.
you. Okay, Frog, I'd like to jump you. Yeah, she would love it. So I know somewhere out there you can hear me, Frog. I'd like to jump you.
Well, there you go. We'll probably make that. Hopefully, we'll make that happen for you before your 61st birthday
Yeah.
party.
Back
And,
then, not now.
And let's not forget Gwen. Gwen, you know,
We can't forget Gwen.
you gotta love her. Oh, no, don't start. Oh, I had two for crying out loud. I had pain for God's sakes.
Gwen?
Gwen.
I hate that name.
You gotta love Gwen.
Wait, how many Hoopa parties did you go to? You don't know who Gwen is?
I'm thinking, I watched the Burt Reynolds movie 2 nights ago, The Fuzz. You ever see that? It was shot in Boston.
No.
I've seen that. Yeah, it's pretty good.
That
Pretty
had,
good.
it had the potential to be really, it's just like at the end, they just sort of what happened to Yul Brynner at the end, it was just like the movie just sort of fell apart, but there's some great character actors in it, and great scenes of old Boston. My God, boy, that bring back some memories.
I've seen Super Fuzz.
That was a good movie too.
Ding, 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 ding.
But the Fuzz with Raquel Welch, Burt Reynolds.
Oh, I love Raquel Welch.
I wish I could think of some of the other character actors.
Yeah, I know, like,
Brian Doyle Murray was in it. He had a bit.
Really?
Part. Yeah, he had a bit part.
He
in
was
that.
been young.
Yeah, very young. I noticed a lot of people in that.
That's what I would do. So I
The
give
guy
her.
who played Hefe on Three's Company in the kitchen with Jack. Remember that?
Oh, the one who looked like Reno?
Yeah, he was in it too.
Felipe?
Yeah, that's it. Felipe. Mr. Angelino.
Yes.
I used to hate when he said it. Mr. Angelino.
I hated Mr. Angelino.
He was a douche, that guy.
I hated
like
him.
Mr. Angelino?
No, he's a douche in Three's Company. He was a douche in Ghostbusters also.
Yeah.
I never had no ghost.
Oh, well, no one's a fan of Mr. Angelino.
We'll see about that.
So, Quincy, this is the big 6-0. What other birthday surprises have you had other than today? I know your family gave you stuff. What did you get?
A few dollars at school. Everyone said save that for your gas money because you're going to be going. And I can't blame them. They're right. As like I said, that's ridiculous. I got a nice birthday dinner.
What did you have? What did you have? I want to know.
Pepperoni pizza.
Ooh.
Some cake. Yeah, marble cake. Pound cake.
I thought your birthday was tomorrow.
Yeah, but they're making it. They brought to
It's
me.
a week-long celebration. For
Oh,
you.
okay, I get it. Yeah.
And probably they might give me a few more goodies, and then when I do, I'll keep you posted. You'll be finding out.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate that.
Well, yeah, all my favorite dishes: donuts, coffee, Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Tough to beat.
Sounds like the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, good grief!
Toast, jelly beans.
Jelly beans, popcorn, a little.
Yeah, all my flavors.
Thanksgiving is this?
What kind of a Thanksgiving dinner is this?
Free. peppermint patty. It's free.
Want to know something very interesting about that special? Is cannibalism was committed.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh yeah, when Woodstock.
Oh, yeah, Woodstock. Woodstock's a bird. He ate turkey at the end of the episode.
But Woodstock's not a turkey, though. Woodstock's a little, whatever, Woodstock.
Yeah, but he's a bird, and he ate another bird.
That would be like if one of us ate a midget. I get what you're saying.
Oh, I see what you mean now.
Hey, fish eat other fish. You go fishing with what? With fish.
Yeah, that's true.
So I can see what, but it's weird. It's weird in a cartoon.
Yeah.
Out of all the Charlie Brown...
Yeah, I guess the Snoopy wasn't going to whip out a bowl full of worms for old Woodstock.
That's true.
I think out of all the Charlie Brown cartoons,
Little birdie.
that one came out as a happy ending because everyone got invited to the relatives.
Even Pigpen was invited.
Yeah, even Pigpen was invited.
Now, shouldn't his parents be arrested for child abuse?
But didn't you always know there was a kid like that growing up?
A ton of them. I knew a bunch of Pigpens.
I knew a set of
Yeah.
twins, and everybody knew they weren't coming around because they stank. God bless them. But I mean, you're looking back, they
See, there's different type of stank. All right, there's like the BO stank. When Bull comes around, we all know that. So we know that Mario out there. We know that.
That's ooh.
But then
But remember dirt.
of course, dirt. Yeah, we're not gonna mention his full name.
I used to have to tell him to take a shower and everything, and he just wouldn't. That's probably Pigpen's the same way.
Because his nickname was Dirt. Dirt's. That's
I don't think ever. Maybe once or twice they mentioned dirt.
no. We knew a kid named Dirt.
Oh, all right, okay.
But that's how the Black Plague started,
True.
for Christ's
Yeah, you
sake.
gotta
From not
clean-
showering,
clean
from
yourself.
caking on white makeup on top of the dirt. That's how it's. That's
Remember
how.
how greasy Dirt's hair was?
Yes, it drove me insane.
Yeah, it was just he looked like an oil slick.
If you've ever been sick for a week and you don't shower,
Yeah,
isn't that
exactly.
the grossest feeling in the world?
And these people do this every day.
Yeah.
And walk around. But I felt bad for Pigpen on Snoopy.
Yeah.
You could tell. You ever see that episode of Breaking Bad when Jesse killed the person with the ATM machine and there was a little redheaded kid there?
Oh yeah.
It was like there was their version
that
of
could have been
Pigpen.
Piggy. Yeah, I never thought of that.
Maybe Pigpen's parents were drug addicts or
it's
something.
very insightful.
But he,
Yeah, maybe same story as Kenny from South Park and everything.
Yeah.
He's just poor and everything, and his father drunks and shit like that.
But you know what? They had a good moral story on there because the kids on Snoopy accepted Pigpen.
Oh, of course, yeah. He was still part of them.
He was part of their little group.
Yep.
Hey, Pigpen, how did you know it was me?
Yeah.
It was kind of like Bad Luck Schleprock on the Pebbles
the
and
Pebbles
Bam Bam show.
Yeah.
Wowzy, whoa, whoa.
Now know what's gonna happen. I'll never do it.
Wowzy, wowzy, woo.
Wowzy, whoa.
Okay, you know what? I was very attracted to Pebbles on that when she was older.
Yeah.
I mean, she was dynamite looking on that show, in the cartoon. She blew Wilmer away.
Yeah. Wilma's those spindly legs.
Yeah. So Quincy, go ahead.
You go first.
No, you go
Okay,
first.
so Bam Bam wasn't strong in that show, like he was in the original Flintstones.
Well, he was off the steroids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was off the juice.
Okay, now it's your turn.
Because he had to go off the juice because they would shrivel up, and Pebbles didn't want that.
Okay. But
he needed to make the bedrock. Unbelievable, Quincy. This is
your turn.
I'm going to say that this is probably one of the greatest podcast birthday celebrations I've ever been on.
This is one of the best show. I'm with good people, nice gifts. We're all going to enjoy together. It's no fun to eat alone.
Now, which gift are you going to devour first? You've already sucked down your steak tip sub and your French fries.
I think what I'm going to do is have us all up at times. We're all going to eat the cereals together.
Now, what you want to take a hit off Jeff's nitrous oxide?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, this is for my teeth. I'll do one to show you
Go
how
ahead.
it
All right,
works.
let's hear
You
this.
see, there's this.
There's nothing going to blow up in here, right?
No, absolutely not.
We'll know in a minute.
But,
What exactly does it do? What's its purpose?
well, it's just like getting nitrous oxide at the dentist, but this is actually, you can use it for putting whipped cream on a sundae. But you take the empty one out and you load it into this
What was that
carburetor.
called? What was that called when we were kids?
Whippets.
Yeah, but what was it called?
That's the sound it makes when it's loaded, and then you.
So what does that do? Make it like numb when you're getting dental work?
Well, it makes you numb, and it also gets you very high, my friend.
Well, it's like helium.
Well, not really helium.
Well, what is? Jeff is floating away right now, so.
Yeah,
close the
I
sunroof.
really can't stand when people ask me a bunch of questions when I'm going.
Now, is it, what is
Because
it?
that's what it feels like right now.
Is there a decal on the front of this thing? What is that?
Well, yeah, it's a
Skull and
funny one-eyed
crossbones.
skull guy. He kind of like Snake Plissken, but personalized thing. I had it specially made for me.
Well, there you
Well,
go.
there's also known in there to me. What does it look like?
But it's
It's
legal.
not the first time I've seen this. Seen this on motorcycles.
What, a skull?
Yeah. I guess that means that the skull.
Don't tap that too much, Quiz. It will blow up.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that the skull's bad.
Didn't you see Jaws?
Yeah.
Damn it! It's compressed air.
Yeah.
Damn it, Martin!
Damn it, man!
Screw around with
You
these.
screw around with these tanks and they'll blow up. Maybe you should check with me before,
Yeah.
Make sure you check with me.
and I'll let you know what wrote the poll.
Well, Quince, it's coming up to the final moments here on the birthday
Oh, we're having
episode.
so much fun.
So,
We are having so much fun.
but you're eyeing all those cereals, so I know you want to wrap the show up.
Well, first of all, I want to thank all my audiences and all my lovely fans here for all the lovely gifts, which we will enjoy together. And we're going to do a whole lot more and then some. And as we age together, I guess the best advice to give you, take your prescriptions as they're prescribed to you. Again, they're very easy directions to follow. Ask your physicians and their doctors and your pharmacist. And then after you take them, go back to your shows and show business because it's what we do best, show off. So thank you for watching. Drive home carefully.
And you know what we're going to do for you right now, Quince? We're going to sing you happy birthday.
Oh, okay.
And the one, and the two, and the
Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha.
Drive home carefully.
Birthday to you.
Thank you for watching.
Happy birthday, dear Quincy. Oh, bye, George. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
and many more.
I'm touched. Right, gets me right here.
I never touched you.
No, it's a figure speech.
No, it's Charles Nelson Riley you did.
Yeah.
It's a figure speech.
I love you, Quincy. I don't care who knows it.
We should enjoy these together down here.
Are you going to mix them all up at all?
We can do that. We can do anything we want because
Are we still on the air?
Sure, we're still on the air. We haven't wrapped up yet.
you
You
know
ever think of mixing? No, but you ever think of making one bowl with all three flavors in it?
we can do that. We're gonna have fun.
All right, we'll definitely do that when we get off the air. Now, happy birthday again, Quince. We love you.
Thank
picture
you.
time.
And I love you guys too. You know, it's an awesome group. You know, I'll continue to do my good works.